crowd. Check your body, check your body.
You can't sleep neither. Let's not sleep together. You can't sleep neither. Let's not sleep together.
Check your body. Check your body. Check your body.
Hello and welcome to the PlayVS Cup Championship. My name's the Doxology, and alongside me is Caribou, and we have the championship game for you, a best-of-7 series between Carmel Gold, Carmel High School. They're the #1 seed coming into this, and the Central Rocket League champions against the North Catholic Trojans, the #22 seed, but they were the Eastern Rocket League champions. And Caribou, you see these brackets right here. They played some great Rocket League throughout this tournament.
Oh, absolutely. And you have to play great. Coming from the perspective of North Catholic, looking at the seeds that they played, coming from a best of 32, like 32 teams, you know, they played the #11, the #6, the #3, and the #10 team to get here to the finals to beat the #1. So it has not been an easy path for the North Catholic Trojans, and they are going to have their hands full, because what we saw from Carmel in their championship, the regional championship they played in, that's a pretty good team.
Oh, they're an absolute phenomenal team, and we've had a lot of fun watching both of these teams before. We've seen the offense, the defense, the amazing aerial plays of each of these players, and I can remember specifically Jonathan for the Trojans is an absolute beast when he's able to get into his rhythm. So I'm really excited to see how he kind of adapts to this PlayVS Cup championship, and talk about why in the world this is so important. We're talking $3,250 for each of these players for whoever wins. In, like, when you think of that, that scholarship money can change a life going into college and the way that things go through. So Caribou, this is a high pressure situation, but they've earned the right to be here. And we're looking at a Carmel Gold team. All they do is win. I mean, all they do is win. They've won pretty much every single tournament that they've ever gone against. I mean, you look at somebody like Nico, who manages the team and is a part of the president of esports for Carmel, who helped start things up with Coach Dylan Gentlecore. I mean, we're talking about people who are just enthralled in the competitive nature of esports and now Rocket League.
And you give the credit to the players too. These are 3 players that have played together since they started in high school. You know, it's been every single semester of these 3 that have held down the core values of this team, and they've done so well with it because of the pedigree of success that they've delivered. And they won, as you said, everything that they've virtually participated in. So this one, regardless of pressure mounted on their shoulders, should be another situation where they are completely comfortable, going to be calm, collected, composed, ready for a championship, ready to take home the hardware today, because that's just what they're used to.
Well, let's flip it to the other side of things with North Catholic Trojans. They've played phenomenal Rocket League as well, and they've done an amazing job, coached by Eric Chiza, and then Jonathan is their captain. We've talked about that before with how well he plays, so I'm really excited about that. But he's been playing with these other players. At 1 second is one of his best friends, Hype Man. They've been playing together for a long time, along with Messi, and we've seen Messi, on the soccer field or on the pitch, as they say. But Messi is an absolute devourer when it comes to Rocket League. We've seen this guy play so well. He played incredibly well in the Eastern Rocket League Championship as well. So I'm really excited in a best of 7 series. But not only that, Caribou, these two teams, they are so competitive. They've scrimmed against each other before to prepare for this game, which is kind of wild to me, to be able to have an opportunity to say, with the technology and the abilities to contact each other and say, hey, we know that you play very, very well. So let's scrim you guys. And now, here we go. Game 1 of the PlayVS Cup Spring 2021 Rocket League Championship underway. Carmel Gold in the gold, and Jonathan throws one in immediately for North Catholic in the gray. 7 seconds in, Caribou.
Just coming off the back line, getting the nose on first, and able to get the shot on target. Defense not in possession, and we've talked about the success this team has had. Jonathan going to be a player we're going to have to watch, just because you have that difference maker. You have that impact ability to completely alter a game state. And Jonathan, 7 seconds in doing that, is a great start here for North Catholic.
See, 20 seconds down in game 1. Jax, Evil, and Snoop for Carmel Gold in the orange. And then for the gray or the white, you see North Catholic. You got at 1 second, Messi and Jonathan. And they have absolutely started this off. You see how quickly rotations have been. We've already got the 1 goal scored. We'll see how things continue to develop. Again, we see a lot of game 1s as Evil can't quite get to it. And that's Nico, the captain and the team manager. I mean, he's somebody who has been around for a while. He just can't quite get that block, get back quick enough. And 2-0 game with 4:14 remaining in game 1.
And that's, again, just catching Carmel a little off guard. Jonathan had all the boost where Carmel really didn't have anything. And, talking to the point of these teams that have scrimmed each other, they've got a little bit of familiarity. They know the weaknesses and strengths on the other side. They know what they have to do to adjust their game plan accordingly. So, North Catholic right where they want to be, following the game plan to the T, just waiting to see what Carmel's answer is going to be on the other side. They've got to get their offense going, be able to try and keep pace here with what Jonathan's done.
3:45 remaining in game 1. You see Messi with a little floater right in front. Jax has to clear it out, gets it along the baseline, but Jonathan comes in quickly. A big save by Evil. You see Jonathan just utilizing the real directness of his shots. You see him not use too much boost, but just placing the shots where he knows that it's going to be most difficult to defend. And that's something that is just a very impressive feat, being that it's a Rocket League and you've got 6 people going back and forth in these cars as fast as they can, picking up all the boost. And really, it's just a impressive and a great thing to see here in game 1. 2 minutes already gone by as well. A 2-goal game. North Catholic with the advantage.
This is really about the first time we've seen Carmel get the ball to the other side of the field and try to put a possession together. North Catholic's done a really good job at maintaining possession and keeping it on this side of the midfield line. And so far, Carmel hasn't had any answer back, as Messi going to follow this one around the corner and punch it across the line. So as long as Carmel spent on the other side a quick demo, it didn't matter because Messi's still the first one there to shoot the gap. North Catholic is in almost complete control of this game. That heat map is looking very favorable for them.
Best part of Rocket League in a best of 7 series is game 1. We've seen it before. Teams make those after game 1 adjustments, and going into game 2, game 3, we've seen a lot of teams make those correct adjustments, but we still have half a game left, and a lot can change in just a couple seconds. So we'll see right here as Evil gets on the board for Carmel, and that's exactly what they needed to be able to answer back, slow down the offense of North Catholic. You see Evil just kind of pop right past Jonathan, to get that in. And you gotta love the goal celebrations in this game. So creative, so amazing. And that's a really awesome customizable thing to be able to add into a game like this.
Yeah, the aesthetic appeal, very satisfying. And that goal is a great goal scored by Evil and very difficult to defend because you have a person riding the wall to bring it around on the top. And one player, one defender can't defend both angles of the one that jacks in that possession, bringing it around, and Evil coming in from midfield. Very difficult to do, but Messi putting on the moves, breaking some axles along the way, keeps it a 3-goal disparity between these two teams. Get by both defenders. And again, as soon as they give one up, they just answer it right back.
157 remaining. North Catholic leads by 3, 4-1 in this PlayVS Cup Spring 2021 Rocket League Championship. And honestly, it's just so exciting to see these players develop over the course of the seasons. I mean, we're talking about a team like Carmel that they've played so incredibly well for the last few seasons, and they're 11th graders. You think about that, they still have a whole nother year to shine in Rocket League. And that's just a really exciting thing that we're gonna probably get to see them again in their next tournament.
Yeah, with, again, the credit that you give and that you listed at the beginning of this, of how much success Carmel's had with these 3 players, expect to see just as much over their next year working in high school and still playing in the same leagues time and time again. You bring home some more hardware, a little more cash in the pocket, because a whole nother year is a whole nother year for them to just continue to succeed at the same level and bring a lot of championships back. A great 1-2 off there in front after the demo. No defense, no chance. So they finally get something going on the other side. 60 seconds is still enough time here for them to do something to work with. But unfortunate, find himself down 2 goals. It's not exactly the deficit you really want.
Less than a minute to go, but a 2-goal game, anything can change. I mean, you see how quickly those 1-2s can happen. A little bit of boost off as Evil tries to sneak that through. He tried to bounce that away, but instead ended up throwing it right down. You see him, he saw 1 second, didn't want 1 second to get to it, but Jonathan just read that like a book and came through quick.
Just an unfortunate touch right there, which might be the nail in the coffin. You know, a 3-goal deficit here at this late stage in the game. Like, you're starting to look forward and realize that, okay, game 1's probably down and out. Look for the adjustments going into game number 2. Because just like you said, we've seen some crazy turnarounds where you win game 1, game 2, and then all of a sudden the other team just something clicks and they take the next 4 off your back. And you don't know how it happens, but it happens real quick. So you've got to make sure you play consistently through every single game in the series.
His shots just absolutely bombarding by Paramount, trying to get another one in the back of the net. See, that goes up Messi. Great defense so far by North Catholic as the final 5 seconds are about to tick off. See Snoop throw it into the middle. Jonathan with a little shot there. Do they keep it in the air? Jonathan keeps it in the air and just finishes things off with another goal. A 6-2 victory. And Caribou, that was a dominating performance, but a very good beginning round. Of course, you've got the best of 7, so game 1 is something where you kind of get a chance to feel out. 9 centered balls by Jonathan. You see that 4 goals as well. 4 shots on goal for Messi. Caribou, we've seen Carmel be pressured before, but we've seen them answer back in fashion. So I completely anticipate to see them respond to this. You know, it's 1 game out of 7, so they've got the opportunity to make those adjustments. But what are some of the things that you've seen from North Catholic that was just absolutely exciting to see this game?
I think I give credit to 2 statistics in Rocket League that gives you a very good chance inherently to be a winner of a game. And if you can keep that up, the winner of the series eventually. And that is if you have a player hit 1,000 points, which is not easy and means there is a lot of offense happening, or you have double-digit shots for your team. That's exactly what North Catholic did. They had 10 shots on goal, which is already a great start, means their offense is working. We saw how much pressure they were putting on Carmel's defense, and that's the script you have to flip from the Carmel side, because you have to get that ball out of that side of play find a transition attack, find something to work with on your offense, because 3 or 4 shots they put up is simply not going to cut it here when the other team's offense is working that well.
Well, we're going into game 2 now. We've seen the teams adjust and things like that. I'm excited to see how Carmel kind of reacts to that, because we've got some phenomenal gameplay in Snoop, Jackson, Evil, and we know how dominant they've been. So we're looking at, you know, a best of 7, and I really want to see some of those, you know, more aggressive takes. We saw a couple demos early on, but we didn't see too many demos, as there's the first one in the back of the goal, as that's exactly what I'm talking about. I anticipate some more demos to open things up here in this game too.
Yeah, a little more physicality here might be the move here for Carmel to try to disrupt what the offense of North Catholic was able to put together, and that maybe is the answer. Didn't see a whole lot of flashy passing plays, just a lot of capitalization on finding an opportunity in the defensive breakdowns from Carmel. So if they're able to disrupt some of those passes and be a little more proactive on the ball movement, maybe that'll be the difference for the Carmel offense to get going and to shut down North Catholic, frankly. But going 60 seconds, you know, they were down 2-0 at this point in the last game, so something already is working better for them.
They have had a couple shots on goal as well. Jonathan had a big-time save in the back of the net for North Catholic to control the offense of Carmel. Now at 1 second, trying to keep it in the attacking zone. Messi is able to pick it up midfield. 3:33 remaining in game 2 as Evil just clears it out. That's centered again, but again, Evil is there at 1 second. Dishes it back in. A nice little aerial move by Jax to center it to himself. Is he able to get the touch on it? That's going to be a floater. Can Snoop get to it? No. Messi is able to deny that floater. That was right in front of the goal for Carmel. And now you see everybody get back on defense. Evil clears that up. Jax is able to play it off the wall. Does he get it kind of flipped to himself? He ended up in a little bit of a traffic jam with Jonathan. Big time demo along the wall. That's going to change a little bit of the direction where things are going. You see 250 remaining in this game too. We've got zeros across the board in Caribou. This is more of the feel of the game that I anticipated in this tournament.
Yeah, this feels more like what a game 1 would be, you know, just kind of testing the waters and seeing what the other team's going to do. And the fact you've gone halfway through this game and haven't had much. You've seen a couple of defensive misses from the side of Carmel, but you've had opportunities on both sides as well, where the ball's just left kind of floating dangerously across the center, waiting for a follow-up, but neither one has been confident enough to fully commit to take the shot and take the opportunity on the side. And both, I think, are reading each other very well. That shot off the crossbar, there's another teammate helping out North Catholic here with that denial, but still another 30 seconds scoreless. And in a 7-game set, this is kind of what you'd expect, to have a single goal, maybe a couple goal difference between these two teams as the final score. And we've both seen it. Sometimes one goal is all you need to win a game.
145 remaining in game 2. Zeros still across the board. You see Jonathan just flip it up. Big time save by Jax in the back of the net. You see him kind of utilize that boost. He used all of his boost to just float there for a second. That was not a hard shot. It didn't, you know, really have a lot of power behind it. It just kind of floated. I think that threw Jax off a little bit. Had to use the rest of his boost. Now finally he's able to pick up the full boost in the corner. We'll see if he's able to get it out. See Snoop just kind of hanging on to it, baiting Jonathan into it at 1 second, chips it up. 1:12 remaining in this game. And now Jax along the boards. I mean, he's still just working it. I mean, that's real smart defense to allow the rotates to pick up a little bit more boost while you kind of just control it in that area. Messi gonna go up, gets the full boost, plays it off the wall. Now is he gonna center it? Loses control just barely. Snoop is able to get it back to midfield, but Jonathan is there to dish it back in. You see just the back and forth, almost like a ping pong match, Caribou.
And the thing about a lot of this is that North Catholic has maintained the possession on the other side of the field again, but they haven't had anything to show for it. The defense has stood up pretty strong here from Carmel to not really let North Catholic get anything going. And as long as the ball spent time in the corner, that's a great opportunity for either side for Carmel to either get a quick counterattack or for North Catholic to find something to spread the field and find a quick back post pass if they can. But instead, it just keeps getting tossed around here and still at a stalemate with 10 seconds to go and zeros on the board.
The final few seconds, that ball is right in front of the goal. You see it centered up. Zeros are about to hit. It's going to be a live ball until it touches down. You see it bounce through. That's going to touch down. We're in extra time in game 2 of this PlayVS Cup Championship. Now it's golden goal. The next goal will take this game. And really, really good Rocket League between the two teams right now.
To go from 8 total goals in game 1 to it's going to be 1 total goal here in this game, and that's all it's going to take. And sometimes you have to be able to find the angle. Jax almost did, but Jonathan with a clutch save on the backside, being able to make that rotation back in time. And this is very crucial. I think this is a very pivotal game of momentum for North Catholic. If they take this, that sets a huge momentum swing for them for this series.
40 seconds into extra time, and it's still that back and forth battle. That's going to be a bouncer. Does it go in just off the post? You saw it just kind of float through. Nobody could follow up with it as Jonathan was retreating back to get that boost as well as rotate for his team. Now Evil on the other side of things. You see Carmel coming at it with the attack. Jonathan just kind of chips it up to himself. Instead, Evil's going to throw it along the boards. Messi meets it there. 1:10 into extra time. Zeros across the board. Next goal will win. And you're talking about just putting one in. The defense has been so incredible by both of these teams. The communication, the rotations, it's been very impressive.
Both teams have had very close opportunities to get an angle to find one, but the difference that's going to be in this game is who's going to be able to create the opportunity, who's going to force the defense to make a mistake and get them out of rotation, get them out of position, and that's going to end up being this difference maker of this game because, frankly, these teams don't make a lot of mistakes, and when they do, it's going to be put under a microscope and should be exploited by the other team.
You see the epic saves going back and forth, and I'm interested in that stat. At the end of this game, I want to see which team has the most saves as Evil just clears it. Has a really dangerous situation, and now on the offense, trying to get back, you see Messi playing it off the wall. Can Jax meet it? Jax does meet it. That's floating. That's floating. Snoop with a shot on goal. Jonathan is there to clear that out, and oh my goodness, Caribou, back and forth we go with 2:30 almost on the extra time clock.
A lot of free Rocket League here, finally looking for a setup. They are setting each other up on their teammates for a good potential play off the wall, trying to get a double touch, trying to find a center, trying to bring it around from up top, but the defenses are just reading these plays so well and shutting everything down before it even develops that it's going to be so difficult to break this goose egg.
We've already gone 3 minutes in, and that's a shot and followed up by Messi to finish out game 2. North Catholic takes the 1-0 victory, and I'm intrigued. Look at the stats of this because I want to see the saves. I mean, an incredible amount. You see 3 saves by Jonathan, the overtime goal, of course. I mean, that's incredible. 4 saves total by Jonathan. Absolutely phenomenal. We're going to look at some of the replays too, because game 1 to game 2 was a completely different story.
All offense in the first game just opened up firing from the North Catholic side. They spent so much time on the Carmel goals defensive zone. They put up 6 goals, one of which in garbage time, but either way, scoring 8 total between the two teams to an all defensive performance in the second game, where it was just that singular goal opportunity that was the difference in extra time. And it's such a tale of two teams that they understanding each other, know how each other play. They have the familiarity because of the scrims, because of the times they have played, seen each other play, whatever the backstory is completely, and the experience they have together, they just know each other and they know kind of what they're trying to do. Messi just puts the jukes on, gets downfield, gets the shot on, gets the rebound, and that's all it takes.
All it takes. I mean, we were 3 minutes into extra time. We're talking over a game and a half had been played before that goal was scored by Messi. And the back and forth, the rotations, the way that these teams are communicating with each other has just been absolutely phenomenal. And now we're into game 3. Can Carmel have the fortitude that it takes to be able to react to being down 2-0? And that's a huge, big time save for them right there, right at the beginning. North Catholic on the attack already. North Catholic leads this best of 7 series with a 2-0 lead, and they're still on the attack. You see at 1 second, Messi's in there. Jonathan playing the midfield, picking up that full boost. You see how well they just immediately take that capitalization of the win and they go on the attack.
And that's a great sign, again, that North Catholic's offense is still working this well. They're still in enough cohesiveness to make sure that they put pressure on Carmel Gold. Don't let their offense go, because we know how potent the Carmel offense is and how quickly they can score. Jack's taking a little bit of a nose on to prevent Messi from a repeat of the last goal from the last game. But the capability that North Catholic is showing on the offensive side is very impressive. And as I said, a huge momentum swing for them in the last game, because yeah, 1-0 lead is nice, but when you go 2-0 up, at that point there's so much more pressure starting to go the other way on Carmel that they have to find an answer here, and this virtually is a must-win situation here for the Carmel Gold team.
I mean, we're already almost a minute and a half into game 3. We've seen some epic saves already, a couple shots on goal by both teams, and really it's kind of a reminiscent of game 2, the back and forth, the rotations, the movement, the communication. Everybody is moving exactly how they need to move, as that's a shot on goal just off the top crossbar. Evil's able to get it cleared out, but a big demo on the offensive side. And now you see Messi just kind of real control. You see him not try to do anything too fancy, just kind of holds the ball, gives his team time to kind of regroup, and that's another big demo on Jonathan. And you see Carmel being a little bit more aggressive now in their movement, picking up the boost and then utilizing it to get those demos and maybe clear some space so they can get a shot on goal.
Yeah, this is a good answer from the Carmel side, because they are starting to have a little more pressure, send it down to the other end of the field and even things out a little to kind of relieve the pressure from their defense. So all they have to do is to get something going on the offensive side. They've done a pretty decent job, I think, in this game compared to the last two, of getting a little more boost on average than the North Catholic side, but it's still not enough to really get any pristine opportunities and very clear shots on goal.
2:15 remain in game 3 of this PlayVS Cup championship, and you see the teams going back and forth. Both of these teams have earned their way here. Of course, North Catholic, the 22 seed, and now Jonathan with a little fancy footwork. You see him work it around. Just some great dribbling. Outplays Evil to throw that into the back of the net. I mean, there's not much you can do when you see how well, like, these players are. And we're talking about Jonathan, who's the team captain, but he also manages the Discord for the pro team, the Pittsburgh Knights. So we're talking about somebody who has been around Rocket League and is around extremely talented professional players as well, with the ability to learn from them and then emulate what he's learned. I mean, that just shows right there exactly why he is the team captain.
Yeah, and starting the program here for the North Catholic School, and you know, this being their first year in having the program is a very impressive tell as to what these three are capable of and what Jonathan has put together here for this squad, because the fact is that they're having this much success this early on is just a great start to what looks like could shape up to be a dynasty here for North Catholic if they continue to play like this. We said they beat some really good teams to get here to the finals in this best of 7, but they're not done here. I mean, being up 2-0 over the 1 seed, and you know how dominant we saw Carmel play in their regional finals, this is absolutely making a statement for North Catholic.
We look at 1 second with the shot there, under a minute to go now. That's a long booming clear as that shot gets centered up, and nice clear out by Jonathan. And Jonathan is a senior this year, going to Shenandoah University for esports management. That's an extremely talented person who knows the esports world, going to learn even more about the esports world. I'm sure we're going to see him later on as he just puts another one into the back of the net with 33 seconds. You see him just play it real slow. Jax committed to it, and as soon as he saw that, he knew he had an open opportunity for that second goal of the game. Now with a 2-0 lead, North Catholic looking to take game 3 with 33 seconds remaining.
This is a great position for them to be in, and Jonathan did virtually the same thing in 2 different mannerisms for both of the goals scored. Make it 3 now with a double touch. Throw the hats on the field for the hat trick here. This is a substantial performance for Jonathan to be able to put this together. The first 2 goals, very patient, just played it slow, faked out the defense, able to get behind them because they overcommit for a 50-50 challenge, and then it's just an open net, easy shot. That one is just displaying the raw talent Jonathan has to play that double touch off. This is all North Catholic right now. Carmel Gold has to find something, and they got to find it quick.
10 seconds on the board are ticking off quick. North Catholic looking to take game 3 and move to a 3-0 lead in this best of 7 as zeros across the board. Still a live ball until it touches down. And that's going to do it right there. North Catholic taking game 3. Jonathan, 6 shots on goal. And when you think about the shots on goal, like you said before, that's a tell to a team that is going to be able to have success. And now we're looking at Carmel being a team that has dominated throughout. They have not lost a tournament that they've entered in. And this is an elimination game right here. This is it for them. Going into game 4, they have to find an answer. Caribou, what are they going to be doing?
I think it's just shut down that player right there. Get Jonathan out of the offensive zone, clean things up on the defensive side a little bit, and make sure you cover. I mean, I give credit to Carmel. I think they were able to have a little more back and forth play better in that game than they were in game 1, game 2. They had a little more boost control, able to kind of set the pacing, set the tempo of the game, but they were never able to really follow up with that. So if they're able to again get some decent boost control, at least have a fair share on both sides, that heat map again, North Catholic is just pressuring the zone far too often to be comfortable from the Carmel Gold side. They have to find a relief valve. They got to find something. They got to get this offense going. They scored 2 goals in 3 games. That's not going to cut it.
Game 4 of the PlayVS Cup Rocket League Championship underway. North Catholic leads this best of 7 series 3-0, and not wasting any time is Jonathan. You see the little touch pass to him as well. Jonathan throws it to at 1 second, a little 1-2-1 into the back of the net. 4:46 remaining, and North Catholic already knocking on the door to be crowned the PlayVS Cup champions for the spring 2021 Rocket League season.
Messi just found that door and opened it wide open with that demolition, just leaving it a 3-on-1. There's no chance Carmel Gold's going to be able to get that. They set up where you can do the 1-2-1, or you can just go with the 1-2 and a shot. It does not matter. Either way, the offense of North Catholic pulls through, gets that first goal very early on. They are in control of momentum and tempo of all 3 games and of this series. So this is North Catholic. They're right where they want to be. And at this point, Carmel Gold just got to keep a level head and find an answer. It starts with 1 goal. Get 1 goal, and that's almost a mental reset completely for this team.
Absolutely. As Jack goes up for it, a beautiful shot. Jonathan with a big-time save. Oh my gosh, that was halfway in, and Jonathan was able to bounce it off the post and out of the way. Another big save, and you see North Catholic doing it on both ends to clear it out. Now that's past midfield. Evil trying to keep it back in the attacking zone for Carmel. Jax with a little floater up. That's going to be met by Jonathan. Plays it off the wall, utilizing a lot of boost. That was almost a shot on goal, but instead it goes wide. A big demo opens things up. Messi gets clipped by Evil, and now that's going to bounce off the wall, but at 1 second rotates back. And again, we're talking about the rotations that these teams are able to utilize and get the boost. You see how quickly and how much boost North Catholic has right now. For each of their players, they're rotating so quick that they're all at least half boost or more at all times.
they're doing a really good job just to keep that mobility up and open the field. And Snoop, crucial save right there, just getting that nose on before at 1 second could. Honestly, North Catholic, with Jonathan scoring another goal, that 4-minute mark where Carmel Gold had 2 or 3 really good shots, North Catholic got away with murder because they had 2 double commits on the defensive side that Carmel could not capitalize, could not exploit. Minute mistakes from the North Catholic defense, and it comes around 30, 45 seconds later where a quick transition, because of the amount of boost they're able to maintain on that defensive side, send it right back the other way, get another goal, and give them a 2-goal lead. I mean, this is North Catholic just kind of sitting comfortable and playing their game.
2:40 remaining, game 4. Snoop tries to take that away in the aerial, but Messi is able to clear it out. Evil keeps it back in. Jonathan now throws it across midfield and gives him a little breathing room. And we're talking about North Catholic's first year. I mean, this is their first year really being able to establish an esports program at all. I talked with Eric Chiza, the coach of North Catholic Trojans, and now Jack's getting one back, and that's where it all starts. We talked about it before. Carmel, all they have to do is get one. You see Jonathan playing good defense, but Jax plays the rebound quickly off of Jonathan, and now we've got a 1-goal game. But we were talking to Eric Chiza, and he said that they had a wear your favorite team jersey to school day, and he was wearing a TSM jersey, and that's when Jonathan saw him, and they said, you know what, we need to do something about it, and they started the esports program that day, is what he said. And now you look at their first year and where they're at with a 1-goal lead in the PlayVS Cup, with a 3-game lead of this best of 7. I mean, they're 1 minute 45 seconds away from being the PlayVS Cup champions in their first year.
And that's an incredible feat as a 22 seed even to go through this. But to be the best, you got to beat the best. And Carmel, with their pedigree of success and how many events and tournaments and everything that they have won, you could argue that Carmel's one of the nation's best and top Rocket League programs at this level. And North Catholic has showed up, and they have made a point here to make a statement that this is a school, a program to be reckoned with in the future of high school Rocket League, and they're not going down without a fight. I said Carmel Gold's got to start with 1. Jax is able to get that with an assist from the bar down. They're looking for a second, but they got to make sure their defense holds still, and 60 seconds to go. It's do or die.
60 seconds. Jax on the attack. Can he get the double? No. Messi's there to meet it. Snoop tries to keep it in the attacking zone for Carmel. It's all down to this. Can Carmel get a couple shots on goal and get one to drop? You see that float up just a little bit wide. Evil gets that one centered back up. Snoop with a little bouncer. Messi is able to clear it. That was extremely close to tie things up. Now that by Evil gets floated. Jonathan, 30 seconds remaining in this championship. Jax throws that forward at 1 second, able to play it in the corner boards, plays real slow. That was so incredible. You see a big demo as Jonathan gets back. It's extremely tense right now. The final 10 seconds of play. Jonathan aerial taking that through. Snoop gets that cleared out. 5 seconds. Can they get this goal and tie it up and force a little bit of extra time and take this game and move it as zeros across the board? And that's going to touch down. North Catholic is your PlayVS Cup champions. Congratulations. 3 epic saves by Jonathan. An incredible 4-game sweep by North Catholic, the 22 seed, taking down the number 1 seed. I mean, Caribou. That was a phenomenal performance by North Catholic.
Absolutely. And the story of game number 1, all offense, 8 total goals. Game 2, 1 in 3 minutes of extra time. Then a 3-0 shutout. And then this one, just a 2-1. That's all it takes. It's just a single goal disparity between the two teams. They scored twice, but the difference between the other 3 games, arguably, and this one was the amount of saves from North Catholic. They had 9 saves in that game, where they were putting up 6 to 10 shots in the last ones. They only put up 3 or 4 shots in this game. So a huge difference of play style for North Catholic here to walk away with the victory. Their defense really clutches up, and as they say, defense wins championships, and that's what it just did.
North Catholic Trojans taking it all. Play versus Cup champions for this 2021 spring season. I mean, when you think about the just the amount of pressure that is off and alleviated from a scholarship of this caliber, I mean, we're talking $3,250 to each of those players. Congratulations on that. It's going to help so much and give them a little bit of, that pressure release of knowing, hey, I've got a little bit of this. Maybe I can take a little bit extra, step towards what I want to do. Maybe they take a little bigger chance or a little bigger leap to go for something in college. That's just an exciting thing. And congratulations to you. Congratulations as well to Carmel. I mean, congratulations to Carmel Gold as well. They played so phenomenal throughout this tournament. And now a runner-up in this situation still is able to get their own jerseys and things like that. So congratulations to you. You've played a phenomenal season, but they're all coming back next year. So that's going to be fun, and we're going to see them. But stick around, guys, because League of Legends is right around the corner. Drop a follow here on Play Versus, because we got a lot more action for you coming up. I'm the Doxology and Caribou. We're signing off for the final time and one last time. Congratulations to the number 22 seed, the North Catholic Trojans. We'll see y'all next time.